Let me make sure. Oh, I'm right here. It's not showing yet. Hey guys, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna maybe move it up a little bit. Hey India, India, can you hear me okay? Does it sound like, hey, Old Man Johnson's farm, what's going on? Let me click out so I can maybe move it up a little bit. Okay, here we go. India, India, can you hear me okay? Does it sound like, hey, Old Man Johnson's farm, okay, testing, testing. Let me click out so I can maybe move it up a little bit. Okay, here we go. India, can you hear me okay? Does it sound like, hey, Old Man Johnson's farm? Okay, testing, testing. Okay. Girl, you know you got to make sure the sound is right. Y'all don't play about that. Okay, let me fix this just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to put it right here because I'd like to make sure y'all can hear me loud and clear. Okay? Okay? Hey guys, good morning. These are the sunglasses of the day. Okay? I love these. I think I did something on Instagram. Well, I can't remember if I let you guys vote, but I feel like these are the sunglasses of the day. Anyway, we're at the tennis. Farrah's right over there on the other side for her lesson. Good morning, everybody. It might not be as crazy as yesterday, even though I don't know that we got like a huge crowd yesterday, but it's on subscriber mode. I didn't do our normal 20 minutes. I think I just did 1 minute, so somebody who wants to pop something off, they're still gonna have to subscribe. Good morning, everybody. I do have some information I want to share, but I want to kind of we'll get into it in just a second. Also, I want to talk about what's been going on. So, but yeah, I'm live in the parking lot. Good morning. We are jumping in feet first into mom camp, and you guys are just getting bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. You guys are getting to see a little bit of like what I go through on some mom stuff. I mean, I guess you guys used to see that on Francoise Vlogs, but that channel won't be coming back. I don't know, I'm just not into vlogging anymore. Sometimes I feel like I do miss it, but once I feel like I miss it, I kind of like, oh yeah, no I don't. So, good morning everybody. Okay, let me see. Where's the chat? I feel like, why don't I see the chat the way like how you guys are, how I'm seeing it on this screen? Maybe that's not how it comes anymore. Let me close out YouTube and come back. All right, so I do want to follow up a little bit on, so yesterday I did do a video. I dropped some information regarding a YouTuber that we do follow on this channel, Keisha Kaylee. I did get into the lawsuit that was filed in, is it, I don't think it's small claims court. There is a lawsuit for breach of contract, and let me take a look at that actually. She does have a small claims court filing as a result of a default on a Capital One card, and according to Fulton County, it is actually a lawsuit that is in progress. There's a court date set for next week, so it's not allegedly. Whatever she did and whatever the allegations are, there is a bona fide date for the parties to meet next week in Fulton County. I believe, is it next week? Let me see. Look at my calendar. Okay, today's the 18th, and next week, yes, next week at 10:30. It's case number 24MS203806, Midland Credit Management versus Keisha here on these YouTube streets, Keisha Kaylee, aka Keisha Anderson. It's next week, yes. Next week on the 25th. If you are following the Bougie Gang court calendar, you also know that on next week we have court in Fulton County again. We have case number 24SC001723, and that is the state of Georgia versus Erica King, who is the co-defendant to Ernest Williams. Okay. The divorce proceedings were also scheduled for Shirley Strawberry and Ernest Williams, but due to the fact that the paperwork was not filed on time with the court pushed it back to July. But next week we have two court dates on the Bougie Gang court calendar. Okay, so make sure to mark your calendars accordingly because we got court. Okay. But unfortunately for the the YouTuber who once had over 500,000 subscribers, ma'am has another court filing. Let me get to it real quick. If you were not here yesterday and you missed that, well, welcome, 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 welcome. Let me pull that up. Guys, I am reporting. I'm in the car and I'm doing double duty. Let's see. I know I have it in here. Ooh, baby. Okay. All right, let me pull this up some type of way. Okay. I'll get that in just a minute. Good morning to everyone. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure to subscribe. If you want to pop something off in the comments, that's the only way to do it. We are outside on this morning, and this mom is watching. I'm not supervising. I'm watching, and I'm also live with you guys. So good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, Keisha Anderson. Let me pull it up. I know I thought I had this, but it's okay. We read it yesterday. If you want some more detail, you can always go to okay. Let me just, hey, good morning, guys. Make sure to hit the like button for me. Let me also reiterate, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Love, Lies, and Lacefronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on YouTube channels you love to watch, social media, and hot topics, all of the things. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. These chats are always subscriber only. And set your notifications so that when I go live, post a video, drop information, all the things, you will be notified immediately. Let me drop this too in the chat. Okay. Hopefully, I have no typos in that statement. This commentary and any allegations are allegedly, and anyone accused has a right to due process under the law. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and pin that up top and get that out of the way. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, all right, let's get into it. All right, let's go over here. Okay. And you guys say hi to each other. I will look at the comments in just a little bit. Let me get the actual complaint. Y'all, the actual full complaint is 43 pages. I thought I already had this in here, but maybe I did not. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me read this to you guys. Anyone who missed this yesterday, this is what you're going to need to know, is that Camino Financial Incorporated has filed in the state court of Fulton County, state of Georgia, El Camino Financial Incorporated plaintiff versus Gott Langs and Keisha Anderson. Complaint for damages. Comes now the plaintiff in the above styled cause and shows this court the following. Defendant Gott Langs is a limited liability company organized and existing in the laws of the state of Georgia, whose registered agent is Keisha Anderson. I'm going to skip all of the formalities. This is what's been alleged. Just a second. Girl. This is what's been alleged. There is a sum and also a total of over $37,000 in revenue in money that is being attempted to be recouped, including the principal sum of $25,098.07, interest in the sum of $8,915.33, late charges of $1,000, legal fees of $3,400, $3,426.34, and it's building by the day. So what happened here? Let me grab my research from. Okay, so this is the deal. There was actually a loan that was taken out in the amount, because it seemed kind of odd what was the $25,098. So basically, there was a loan. Is everybody with me? And has everyone hit the like button? I don't even see 100 likes yet. So let me take a minute and let everyone come in the room who wants to hear this. And we will just take a minute. We have 345 at the moment, but I want to say hi to everybody while everyone is... some people might have to subscribe, all of the things. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I see I got a bunch of mods in the house. I got some members. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me start from the top. Yes, Oban Johnson's Farm, India. Lady T-Bug, good morning. It's not quite Car Chronicles. It's Mom Camp, y'all. It's Mom Camp. Let me let y'all see. So yes, we're over here. Girl, we are over here by the tennis courts. They got the pickleball over there. And I don't know if you could see or not, but yeah, okay, you could see a little bit. Anyway, we're over here and it's Mom Camp, guys. Good morning, good morning, morning. Miss HLS, Mio My, Celebrity Juicer, JS. Good morning. K Solo, good morning. I was watching the video you did of Keisha and asked if she closed on the house on 1/12/22. No, she either closed on... No, my point was in stating that not so much that she closed on that day, but it was around that time frame of the closing of the house, which, it's not uncommon to buy a house. I mean, I know when I bought my first home, you might be a little bit stretched for cash. I mean, I think it's kind of a little shocking when you see that sticker price when you're closing and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what her reasoning was to take out this loan. And honest, of course, it's none of my business, right? We don't know. Obviously, they needed the money for something, okay? But yeah, no, it was more so the time frame that they had just purchased a home. So, but yeah, thank you for providing that. So she closed somewhere around the first of the year. But then soon after that, she takes out a loan. That's her business, though. I mean, if she wants to come forward and talk about it, I'm sure we'll be all ears to listen, because Keisha has been on very much of a, I don't know, you could even say like a tirade. Some people might call it a series. Sis has been going bananas over there on damn TikTok, and has a lot to share about what's going on with her baby father's baby mother, and it's quite interesting. Anyway, am I losing? I hate when the sun does this. This is one of the things about... So let me get through this quickly, just in case we start to lose. I start to lose you guys because of the sun in my car. Okay. Okay, let's get into it. So the loan was originally taken out. Got Links took out a loan for $26,800. Okay. And with all of the costs, so let me tell you this, the lender initially, the full loan, let me do like this. All right, this is a very high rate loan. I know it stated something about 7% per annum, but let me tell you something. This loan is high. It's about like a credit card to me, because it looks like the annual interest rate was right about 20. It's higher than a credit card. It's higher than a bad credit card. 28.5%. Because any of you guys who were wondering, how do you owe $9,000 on a $25,000 note already after 2 years? I mean, late charges can be crazy, but also a high ass interest rate of 28.5%. The loan was for $26,800. And so keep in mind, in 2 years you've only paid off, and the note, okay, let me show you guys if you can see. Okay, $26,800. The disbursement was $25.92. So actually she owes more now in principal than she actually got cash in her hand 2 years ago, because the buy, within the amount of the loan, I guess there was the fees, and the fees, I believe, were taken out of the disbursement, which I don't even know if they're supposed to do that, but not my problem. So her closing fees and origination costs hand, and I have only seen, and I'm not saying that she only made 2 payments, but based on what they've dropped in Exhibit A, it looks like only 2 payments were made, and the payments were roughly around, the payment schedule, it was like a damn $1,700 payment. Just a second. Hold on. You guys might not be able to see this. This was really for my notes. First payment. So the note was set up to be 30 payments. If you can see this. So this was a 30-month loan. Can you see this? And it was $1,259 a month. There was some other personal information, but this was supposed to be a 30-month loan, so right under 3 years at $1,259 a month. And according to the receipts that they dropped in the lawsuit, basically it just looks like to me that it was only a few payments made. Like, okay. On top of that, as recent as May 7th, she was sent a letter basically stating, to whom it may concern, lender Camino Financial, client Keisha Anderson, etc., etc. This is to certify the principal balance of $25,098.07, in addition to $8,915.33 on accrued interest, $1,000 late fee, bringing a total of $35,13.40 as of this date certified. The client has paid a total of $387 in interest expenses. Regards, Loan Servicing Department, Camino Financial. To whom it may concern, this is to certify, girl, this loan has significant problems, and I guess that's why they've got her in court. I just don't see how you're going to take out, first of all, not because you're a YouTuber, but when you're on social media, you got to expect that social media is going to be social media-ing, right? Like, for instance, what I mentioned earlier, Keisha doing her 50-part series on TikTok about her baby daddy's baby mother of his son, right? So Keisha's sitting up there doing a 50-part series about her baby daddy's son's mother, let me put it that way. And it's okay because it's social media, it's her truth, it's her story. But also, you got to remember, it's social media, and girl, the tea is being dropped, public records are being filed, and you do videos and talk about your credit repair, credit reporting business, and folk got some questions, because how are you promoting that you are a credit repair, credit reporting resource when, ma'am, you got 2 active lawsuits on some not paying bills? Can we talk about that on a Tuesday? So this is kind of just, this is a follow-up. This was filed in Fulton County Court on Friday at like 3:40 something in the afternoon. And we broke it yesterday over here, to give you guys the initial details that another court proceeding was filed. Ma'am is, and hey, if this is what's going to give you the experience to be a expert of credit repair and credit reporting, then I get it, right? Because I mean, sometimes we become an expert at something because we've been through something, right? So maybe that's her perspective. Maybe that's her strategy on, okay, this is what happens when you take out a loan and don't pay your bills and you get sued, and then this is how it goes, right? But if it's on anything else, I don't know what to say. Okay? But yeah, that's basically the update on that. So anything else, if you are familiar with the Research Georgia site, it's free to access some information. There's a paid membership, but if you get in there, and the documents at this point right now are free on the lawsuit. So you can either go to Fulton County Magistrate. I did post the initial face sheets. There's a couple sheets I will post of the receipts that gives you kind of like the detail, but I'm not going to post the whole thing. I mean, it's obviously a loan application, and it's been very well redacted before it was posted to the county. But oh, I'm looking over here, and I'm like, why does it look like I'm looking over there? Because I'm not looking here. Sorry. Okay, so it's been very well redacted. I did some additional redactions, but right now, if you are a free member on my Patreon, you can go find it. Other than that, I'm not going to post the whole thing. If you are interested in pulling that document, you can go to Fulton County and go ahead and get it for yourself. But I think the things that most of us want to know, the tea aspect of it all, it'll be on my Patreon, and I'll share that. I'll share the link, and then you guys, all you need to do is register. Make sure you have a working email address, but you don't have to register. You can register with with what is it, Mocha, girl, Miss Wooten. You can register Boo Boo, Baby, whatever you want. Just make sure you've got a working email address. And that's it. That's all. Somebody asked me about this yesterday. That's a DJI mini mic 2, and you can get them directly from DJI. You can get it directly from Amazon. I dropped the link yesterday. The link is an affiliate link. You guys know that I am an Amazon affiliate. So if you click on the link, it costs you nothing more, but it helps me out. So if you YouTube, if you vlog, if you Instagram, if you want something to, you're like, there's something missing from your recordings when you use your phone, you want your audio to sound a little bit better, you don't want to have to wear a headset or whatever, your ear pods. You can also plug your if you have ear pods, or what is it, girl, earplugs, whatever, you can plug them into this part. This is different because I've been trying to, this just works really well. I like it. I have a set that work together. So like if I were doing an interview with someone and I wanted it to both audio to team up and through a train. It's like it's a more complicated setup, but this is the easy breezy one that Bluetooths to your phone. They have another one where if you wanted to have like 2 or 3 people mic'd, you could. There's a system also, but this is the one I highly recommend for vlogging, podcasting, solo dolo type situations. It's like $99, so it's really, I mean, it's affordable. If you're doing social media and you want to invest in something that's going to elevate the quality of what you're doing. So it's on my community posts, okay? That lady couldn't sell me a mailbox. Who? Oh, Keisha and her credit repair, credit reporting. Let's see. I'm doing great. Thank you for the person asking. Is it Vigene? Good morning. That lady couldn't sell me a mailbox. I like your mic. I think I am enjoying this setup, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, Mocha. Thank you so much. Oh wow. So guess that means she is not selling houses anymore. I don't know. I don't look. I'm not coming to that conclusion. I don't think I said that. Um I don't know what the lady's doing. She said recently that she had just moved to a new brokerage with her that lady that she works with. She's on some lady's team, Chantal, Chanel, something. She is on that lady's team, and I don't know what she's doing. The interest rate is higher than my Capital One card. Girl, I came to that conclusion. Yeah, I don't know. That's okay, hon. Look, I don't know what Keisha's doing. Keisha is TikTok. She is going back and forth, trying to rehash and rip the scab off of the August, the August situation with Ashley. Ashley and August are a problem for Keisha, and rather than just admitting that that's what she has a problem with, it's everything and everyone else. It's Hazel, it's the bloggers, it's the internet, it's Paris, it's YouTube, it's everything, all of the things. At the end of the day, people are going to react and people are going to have opinions, I mean, that's it, that's all. I'm not going to say it doesn't mean anything, but when you engage in social media, it's not going to always be to your liking. Okay. Is the lender girl? It's called good old fashioned capitalism. So no, it's not Don Corleone. It's not. She did not. As far as I know, she didn't borrow from the mafia. But at the end of the day, that's those bad credit. Look, if you have, look, a credit card is one thing. A high interest loan, ma'am, 28.6% on a loan. Now, if you go to the bank, mortgage loans are very different. But if you go to the bank right now, I'm not sure what prime lending is at the bank, but I'm going to just off the top of my head, and you guys might say I'm wrong. I would say it's somewhere between 10 and 15%. Anyone who's a banker, let's see what prime lending, like on a personal loan. Personal loan prime lending rate. Now, mortgage rates are different, but just a regular, I'm walking into the bank and I want a loan. Girl, they're saying even 7%. Okay, that's back with more. That's kind of the tail end of where mortgages are right now. As of June 17th, 2024, the prime rate on a loan, just a personal loan, is 8.5%. You know what 28.6% says to me? And I'm not just talking about Keisha. I'm just talking about anybody. And if you have a 28% loan, I'm not talking about just a high interest credit card. You got bad credit. That's the reality. You got some bad damn credit. That's it. That's all. Like, is that a problem for me to say on a Tuesday morning? You have bad credit. If you got a 28% interest rate on a personal loan, I'm telling you on today, live from the parking lot, you may have bad credit. You probably do. I'm being nice by saying may. Someone said in my comments yesterday that I'm not nice to people in my audience, and I call bullshit on that because I'm very nice and friendly. I feel like I'm very gracious to my audience, but I also don't gauge in fuckery of lying. I believe in telling the truth, and I don't want to just sit up here and make nice just to make people feel good. I want, people should feel great about the truth. People who sit and lie to you, I wouldn't feel good about that. Okay? Okay? The truth isn't always cute, okay? All right. If you got a 28 prime lending, so let's just say prime lending is 8 something right now, right? Prime lending, according to the internet, and the current average personal loan interest rate, this is June 5th, 2024 on bankrate.com. Okay, I'm pulling facts, y'all. On bankrate.com, they say the average interest rate is right about 12.22. Didn't I say somewhere between 10 and 15? Because sis knows the market. You have to be an educated consumer. Can we talk about money a little bit? You have to be an educated consumer. And right now, if you have decent credit, and I'm talking about somewhere in, like, let's just say 7 to 800, and you manage your portfolio, a 700 doesn't necessarily mean a bad credit score. It could mean that you have a heavy load, but the mix is good. It's what does that portfolio look like? Is it a struggle 700 or is it a strong 700? Do you have revolving credit? Do you have any other, is there a portfolio, or is it some fuck shit and like, like a little something, something, there's different looks at that 700, or obviously 800 and above, you've got very good credit. But if you're somewhere in the neighborhood of 700, you probably can get a decent interest rate if your portfolio looks good, right? The mix of the type of credit and also your just overall package, the salary, the pay history, all of those things. So somewhere between that 10-15 rate, you should be able to walk into a bank and get a loan, right? And I'm talking about not a mortgage, okay? This lady, 28%, that's like a very high credit card. When I saw the 28.6, I was like, damn, that's giving credit card and not a great rate. She had just bought a house. I don't know, but look, that's a lot of money. So within 2 years and defaulting with interest, when you look at the illustration of the loan, it talks about over time with the note being paid, that loan, that money. When you think about getting a loan, think about that you're almost like going to the store and buying something. So this loan with the interest rate that she had, let me just give you this T. It was going to cost her over $12,000. It was like 12,760. I just looked at it because I saw that. The loan would have cost, you know how when they give you get your credit card statement, it tells you if you pay with the time allotted, this is how much this money is going to cost you. When you take out a loan, you have to think of it almost like you're going to buy some money. Okay, they're selling you a loan. You're buying a loan. That loan, so that $25,000 was going to cost her anyway damn near $13,000, okay, over the 30 months. She hasn't even been into it for 30 months, and with the late charges and the interest accruing on not paying down the principal, she's at $37,000. So had she paid this bill on time, I'm going to say this for the people in the back so you understand, because this is also on some teaching purposes. Had she paid the note on time, not only would she have been close to paying off this note at this moment, but she would have owed less. She would have owed less than she's having to pay now, being taken to court, defaulting on her obligations and responsibilities. Can I get a like on the breakdown? Good morning. I mean, I do think it's interesting. Like, we definitely can talk about tea and gossip and stuff like that, but guys, sometimes it is good to talk about some money. Because some people, it might seem obvious to some of us, because sis has grown and sis has made moves. I haven't made every financial move, but I can definitely talk to you about what I have done. And it is very important to manage your money. You will see managing your money and being wise with your money and and it's not about what you didn't learn in the 10th grade. It's about being smart, doing research, and learning today. Forget about someone didn't teach you something in 11th grade, or you didn't take economics class in college, or you didn't go to college, or your parents didn't have anything. If you have something now, then you better learn how to manage it and make it stretch. Don't use that as an excuse because you like to stay up in the mall, okay? When you're sitting around wondering why everyone bought a house and you can't get approved, okay? Okay, Sunshine? Sunshine said a person who can't handle their own finances could never give me advice. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about it like girlfriends. I am not a financial advisor. I am not a financial guru. I do have a little bit of a financial background, but I also learned at a very early age how to are. And the guy said, "You have a beautiful credit report." That's what he told me. And probably 5 years, I probably never needed to have been told that because 5 years later, it was awful, and it took me a minute to dig myself out of that ditch. And then buying a house was probably one of the best things I ever did. I bought a house as a single girl. I was in my early 30s, and one of my good girlfriends had just bought a beautiful home a couple years earlier, and she kept telling me why, and I bit the bullet because I was like, I was 32, looking and moving to different apartments every 2 years. Every time my lease was up, I was going to the next apartment complex. And I finally decided, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a house, and I did. And it was the best thing I ever did. And I went from a single girl to a mommy married lady. And it was a great investment. And 14 years later, we sold that house and bought another house, and it was a great investment. I highly recommend it. I was one of these people who sat around thinking like, I don't want to buy a house because I don't want to cut the yard, and I never did. I paid people $30, $50, $40. I paid when my husband was my boyfriend, he cut my yard, things like that. Like, it worked out. I was building like roadblocks rather than pathways to financial freedom. Now I am 53 years old. I am sitting outside. I'm waiting for my daughter her tennis lesson. My husband is at work, and I am no longer checking into corporate America anymore because of moves that I made over the last 20 years to put myself in a position that when I finally did become married, when I finally did have a child, when I finally decided enough was enough after the pandemic, being laid off, doing contracts, thing like that. It's not to say I would never do a contract again, but right now I'm cool. You know what I mean? And if you can manage what you've got going on and spend wisely, and you guys know, I'm not, you guys don't know everything, but you guys know how I started my channels on some shopping, on designer handbags. It's not to say that I don't indulge, because I do. I've got a thing for sunglasses. You guys know this, okay? Um, you just have to see my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a very strong love for sunglasses and designer bags and things of that nature. But I'm very diligent about what needs to be paid, gets paid, auto draft, all of those things, auto pay, paying part of my mindset of paying myself first is paying what I owe. And when you pay what you owe, you have a lot more peace of mind. And you already know that you're taking control. Like the temporary, if you can't afford it, you don't need to buy it. Outside of managing your money, you have to be realistic. A lot of people don't want what they can afford, and as a result they are overspend and spend upside down. And that's, when those bills come due, what you gonna do? Okay, when those bills come due, what you gonna do? If you guys want to know, this morning, I will pin it when we're done, because I feel like my face is a little bit glowing. I don't have any makeup on right now, but I did use the Fenty 3 Steps face wash, the fat water toner, and the and the moisturizer, and I absolutely love it. I mean, that's been such a great product for me. So if you're wondering what I use for my morning routine, it's Fenty. Anyway, yeah. So that's what's going on. YouTuber. I can't really say Keisha is a YouTuber that looks like she's trying to keep up with the Joneses. I'm not. That's not the read that I get. I don't see her trying to. Maybe they do try to flex in a certain type of way. I think she flexes more with her words than what we see, because I don't see them doing anything super special. I don't see, that's not what I see. They go on, regular vacations like everybody else. I'm not seeing, anything. I'm not seeing a flex. So I'm not understanding why two people who allegedly work and have jobs are in a position where you've got two active court cases. The budget community on YouTube is interesting. I have never really got into it. I do like the stash money. Maybe that's part of the budgeting community. I do like saving challenges. Kind of watching savings challenge videos has got me to where it's kind of, I was never really a saver before, but I can cash hoard pretty good. You guys know I used to talk to you guys about like savings. I guess we did kind of do like a unofficial savings challenge. I mean, people weren't reporting to a live stream and kind of like, hey, I've already saved this and I've saved that. But we used to talk about that on Francoise Vlogs when I would go live and talk a little bit about cash hoard, or like a cash savings. And I'm very big on that. Like, you have to pay yourself, and you should be able to draw out whatever is meaningful to you and have that in your cash stash, for emergency funds. Because when it's an emergency, you don't always need it on a debit card. Sometimes you need it in your hand, right? Yes, I like the cash stuffing and just those breakdowns. You can find them on Pinterest a lot, on how to very easily save $10,000. Like, someone out there right now is thinking that you would never have enough money cash to save $10,000, or there's someone out here that knows they have plenty to save $10,000 cash in hand, but doesn't have the discipline. Let's keep in mind, a lot of this financial literacy also is coming from a place of wanting versus needing, and also entitlement. It is a discipline. It is definitely almost like a ministry to yourself, to be a good steward of your earnings, your time, your 40 hours, your 50 hours, your career, to do what you need to do to apply those monies to your lifestyle. And some people just need to come to the reality, I don't make enough money. I'm big balling on a little budget. And you might have to look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? It's time I level up. Because clearly I want to live a certain type of way, and I need to level up. I need to get a certification. I need to get a better job. I need to stop half-assing it. I need to work on that extra project. I need to stop being lazy. I need to stop, you know what I mean? Maybe you need to stop smoking. Maybe, I'm saying? Like, there's some other thing. Like, it's not always about you don't make enough money. You don't have the discipline. You want something that you're not willing to pay for. So sometimes you have to also look at your habits, you know? Look at your habits. Girl, going out to eat, and there's nothing wrong with going out to eat, but maybe it's on some, you go out to eat damn near every day. How about twice a week? Don't cut yourself off completely, but maybe it's twice a week. Be realistic. You know what I mean? Like, be realistic and don't deprive yourself, because we work hard. And I think that we deserve to have some joys and some luxuries, but also you have to be realistic with, okay, what are my goals? And are my goals aligning with my actions? Like, are my actions, is what I'm saying and what I'm doing lining up? Am I aligned? Is my walk matching my talk, or am I just full of shit? And nobody in your personal life may even have the guts to tell you that. Like, let's be honest. And also, do they even know that about you? Do they know that you have like red notices and blue notices and off color envelopes coming to the house? They may not know that. Or maybe you don't even see them anymore because you get your bills in your email and you don't look at them. I was never overdoing it and eating out 3 times a day. I had to invest in an espresso and stop Starbucks. That's good. Yes, I was overdoing it. Sometimes you just have to get real with yourself. Like, what are my goals? Um, sometimes I think to myself, do I really want that? If I really want that, then I need to act like I want that, right? My words need to align with story. So anyone who's new here, you guys, some of you know me from seeing me drive to work every day, drop my daughter off at school, and there was a part of me that really didn't want to do that anymore. Sis was tired. Sis been working since she was 14, okay? Um, and when the opportunity came and sis got laid off during the pandemic, and then I pretty much almost went to work. I was off work for about a year, but then I went back to work for 2 years. I was working from home. I was still doing YouTube, dropping videos, doing vlogs, coming to Love Lies and Lace Fronts, morning, afternoon, whatever. You guys, I've always been very, very consistent, but I made a choice. But I had to say to myself, if you don't want to go back, if you don't want to have to go get in that car every day, then you have to treat this like a job. And I've always treated YouTube as a business, as a job. But I had to learn how to treat my social media overall, not just YouTube, but my whole portfolio of what I do, which maybe some of you guys don't even really know everything that I do on social media. But, and I'm sure probably most of you don't. I had to treat it like a business. So it's not just, oh, okay, I'm sitting here watching a tennis lesson. I'm making the most out of an hour of time that I'm not leaving my child, unattended with people I don't really know. And I'm handling some business. I'm doing something I very much enjoy, but I'm doing something that is also a job for me, right? So it's just that you have to align, your goals and your actions, right? So I don't know. I think that, social media is a great place to have people call you on your bullshit. You know what I mean? There are some people who may not agree with what I'm saying on this morning, and that's fine. You can drop that down into the comments. It's just, when we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on some of these channels and you see something going on, are there other YouTubers right now who have litigation going on? Maybe. And if it's something worth talking about, of course I will. And nobody picking on one particular person. At the end of the day, this is a channel that we have done reactions, reviews, and commentary on for a good little minute. It's interesting because this person has a certain type of confidence about a business that she's involved in, and it's the irony, as someone else said in the chat earlier. It's kind of like, Okay. So yes, but yeah, that's kind of the update on Keisha. But aside from that, I'm glad we got into the kind of like the literacy conversation, because I think it's definitely a great topic to talk on every now and again. That, you know, financial literacy or financial conversations about finance and budgeting, and taking control of your future don't always have to be like boring conversations. I mean, they can be real. And at the end of the day, it really does have it's how you spend it. It's not always just how much you make. You know what I mean? People say that all the time. We always hear about those people who lived on very modest salaries, who leave huge donations to people, and they saved money for many, many years. It's really on being responsible, and what you and finding those opportunities. Buying a loan at a 28% is absolutely bananas. But that just tells me about the credit portfolio. The credit portfolio was a risk, so they damn near put you on 30%. And then whoever said Don Corleone, it's like it is some, it's like it's definitely some high rate. um it's a high rate, but um you know, not our problem. We'll just be watching. I got my finances together thanks to a budget community. Should have gotten a smaller, more affordable starter home, but she messed up trying to portray. uh you know, some of these houses are surprisingly expensive, and they are, some of these new houses, she like that closed like $300,000, you know, 5 years ago, which is now like a $500,000 home, because the rates of, at least here in the Southeast, which you could have gotten 2019, you can't, which I don't know, when did she get her house? It was 2022. It's been like 2, 3 years now. Um, yeah, okay, so yes, what you could get for 300 5 years ago is 500,000 now or more, right? Um, I don't know what her pockets were doing. I really don't. I don't know what her pockets were doing. Only she knows that. But like my husband and I, when we decided to get a much bigger home and make a significant move, we had to have a conversation on, this is what we're getting ready to embark in. Like, we're very comfortable right now. Like, I bought a house when I was single that wasn't even $100,000. So we had a very cute little boutique, very cheap mortgage, that if we had been frugal type people and really wanted to stay there and buckle down and live tiny house with, you know, with, then adding like a daughter and some dogs and all of that, we could have stayed and had that very cute little, probably even paid off the house already. You know what I'm saying? But we made the decision that we were going to do something, and also invest in our future, right? And that's what it turned out to be. But we had, you know what I mean, like, just the realization, like, things are financially, things are getting ready to change. We're taking on a bigger load, and then also you have to make those adjustments accordingly. And when you make those adjustments, you also know you got to take it up a notch. You know what I'm saying? So my point in saying that is, if you were going from an apartment and had a dispossessory as you were exiting the chat of the apartment, okay, if you couldn't pay that rent, okay, I just want to say again, this is commentary, and any allegations are allegedly, and also based on these videos and the history and the track record, and also these good old fashioned court documents. Okay, um, if you could not pay your rent, When you are getting ready to increase your load, you got to be ready to increase your load. We're not just talking about Keisha, we're talking about this applies to everybody. If you are getting ready to make a power move and you know that you are getting ready to increase your responsibilities, like you lay there and you know you getting ready to make a baby, you know what I'm saying? Like it's money, right? You got to be ready. Oh, absolutely, Petty Patty. Let me tell you something. She should have remodeled room by room, but her stupid self tried to do the whole house at once with no funds. Okay. What's John say? Hi, John. John Huckabee, what's good? I just hate this for her. Owing people and having debt collectors after you is traumatizing. Pay your bills. You know what I mean? Pay your bills. Look, this is what I'm going to say, and this might sound harsh, and this is not just applied to one person. There is no reason. Okay, there's school tuition, which school tuition is important. I don't know if she had to pay for those schools or not for the twins. You've got cheerleading competitions. You're flying here, you're flying there. Um, you have got to be a good steward of your portfolio. And we see the vlogs, and like I said, they're not off to Bali or Tahiti or Maldives or any of these exotic places, but we've seen you take a plane off to South Africa and have a nice little vacay. These people are spending money and they are out. There's opportunity for bills. This is what I mean, it's very simple. If the bank assessed, if you took out a loan and everything that you provided to the loan company was true and accurate, based on what you gave them, they did their due diligence, what Keisha loves to say, and decided that you had the means and wherewithal to handle this, right? But when it was actually applied, what happened? So, I don't know what to say. I mean, you guys read between the lines on that. It was definitely doable, but did the actions align with with the actual with the actual okay? They did their due diligence. I'm sure they ran credit reports, applications, debt to credit ratio, uh, financial check, bank accounts, all of those things. People in 2024, 2022 don't just hand you over $25,000. Like, oh, here, you know what I mean? Loans, especially coming out of the pandemic and all of that, loans are still hard to come by. And then at the rate of 28%, almost 29%, that's a high damn risk loan. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Can you give me one? Um, let's see. Okay. Okay. Hey guys. Okay. All right, guys, let's pivot. We don't want to stay on Keisha. At the end of the day, it's a cautionary tale. It's a YouTuber nightmare to have another YouTuber talking about you for an hour and talking about your business. And at the end of the day, that is a little bit of what we do here. It's reactions, reviews, and commentary, and it's some commentary on something that I think is great to talk about outside of this particular individual, just in general. Money is something that you shouldn't be afraid to talk about with your friends, your neighbors, even your family. You may not want everyone knowing all of your business, how much you make, because people can get envious or people can judge, be a little judgy. But at the end of the day, with someone that you trust that you can really discuss money with, it's really good to try to learn and try to absorb as much as you possibly can. I feel like I learned a lot from Susie Orman. And I don't know, to me, financial literacy is a journey. It's not going to be something like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to be amazing with my money. If you know that you have issues with money, you need to kind of get real with yourself as to why. What is it? Why is it not important to, and if, like someone said, having bill collectors and all of those things are traumatizing, if it's not just on some, I don't want people calling me, just pay your bills. Okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this today. This was so much fun. I am so enjoying Moms Outside Mom Camp series. We will continue this for the rest of the week. My mom watched her and I loved watching her too. Okay, great. Yeah. There's a lot of people who have that same sentiment that they enjoyed Keisha a lot. At the end of the day, and then there's some people who are, I guess, are just quite annoyed by her. And that's an overall sentiment on YouTube, period. There's people, look, if you are doing social media, understand there are going to be people who love you and can't stand you. And that's just how it is. That's just what it is. Hi, Pure Intentions. How are you? Thank you for bubbling up my video yesterday. Thank you. This was fun. I like seeing you, Fran. Oh, thank you. I love seeing you guys too. Cause yeah, I could have gone. We could have done this in StreamYard too, but I don't know. It's out. We're outside. It's fun. It's summer. But even if it is viewed as predatory loan, she is still responsible for it. Correct? I mean, that's her interest rate. Like people, I think as far as a free market, capitalism, whatever the rules and regs around savings and loans, they have a right to have their rates. You know what I mean? It's not how so predatory. So to your point, I know where you're going with this, Brandy, or I have a feeling about, okay, so predatory lending is lending that is seen to be taking advantage of disenfranchised, at risk, even poor and less financially literate, savvy individuals. Is that not correct? Is that kind of like a good little Fran just made up a definition? Keisha is living in a $400,000 to $500,000 home. Sis on her application is touting at least a $40,000 a month budget. Okay? Sis is not indigent. Sis has a job as a real estate agent. So predatory lending regarding her, you know what I mean? Where? Oh, Susie Orman. Susie Orman is a financial guru, and she has some common sense approach to paying off your debt that if you get it, you're going to be like, what? Okay. And I've been applying the Susie Orman approach like since I started watching Susie Orman. So, maybe almost 20 years now. Like it really just turned a light on for me, and I love, no, it sounds about right. Thank you. No, I feel like people who are financially at risk and things like that, who really can't afford a loan, this lady put on her applications that ma'am was well equipped to handle that load. You know what I'm saying? So even though it might be a very extortionate rate, like something that you would like, again, the person who said Don Corleone, and also the people may or may not know that she has a credit repair, credit reporting company. Ma'am, that would be an interesting tidbit for the lawyer to know, right? I mean, ma'am has a credit repair, credit reporting company, and you out here with the foolishness. Hopefully all of the information on those applications were correct. I mean, I have no way to substantiate that or not. That's none of my business, but we did just see, girl, there was someone who recently, if you guys have been keeping up with Bishop Whitehead, not that that has anything to do with Keisha, but Bishop Whitehead got called out for a series of loans. And baby, when they get back into, some of these companies they're doing their due diligence, they're fact checking, they are qualifying your loans. But what we found out is that Bishop Whitehead, in a certain aspect of some of the going back now and looking at his shenanigans, he was lying on a lot of his loan applications. He was not qualified for a lot of the money that he was borrowing. And that's why the feds, even though he did just get convicted of something, but I think the feds are still in his bootay. Okay, I'll say it like that. You can look up Bishop Whitehead, and he just got sentenced to 9 years. If you follow, there's a channel called Pam Esquire. Okay, are we back? Okay. I'm gonna let you guys go. This was so much fun. I'm glad this conversation kind of went to a financial literacy, financial conversation, because this was fun. We did cover some tea at the beginning. You guys get the conversation going in the comments. Any of you guys who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure your notifications are set. So when I go live tomorrow from the parking lot on some mom camp, guys, I would say another story to pay attention to going on YouTube right now is this whole thing. I want to talk about this so bad, also just from a standpoint of workplace drama, hostile work environment, being messy on YouTube, all of that. We got to get over to OSIP, so I will make sure we got to have a conversation about this today. This whole thing that's happening with Armand Wiggins, Al Reynolds, who looks very scary. I'm just going to say it. Maybe no one else is going to say it, but I don't know if Al has been going over there playing with his face at the damn plastic surgery office, or he got a hair transplant. I don't know what is going on with Al Reynolds, but he looks very strange, okay? And damn messy ass Claudia Jordan, okay? This whole thing is absolutely a mess, but I'm loving it because they're all going live. They're all dropping tea. Everybody's mad. Al Reynolds dropped that he was going to go live, that TGIF was happening yesterday, and it did not happen. He ended up going live on his channel with 2 other people at the time that he would have been live on TGIF. So it's kind of like, okay, that's so. Anyway, we don't know what's really going on, but TGIF is not going on right now, and I want to talk about that. Anyway, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Make sure to like this live. We have over 400 here right now. We're not even quite at 200 thumbs up. Likes do matter. So if you would not mind, if you enjoyed this conversation, go ahead, hit the thumbs up for me. Let YouTube know that something good is going on here, and that way you will also be notified next time I go live. Okay, I'll see you guys later. You guys take care. We're right at like 10:30. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, and when I go live over on OSIP, I will drop the link over here in my community wall so you guys can come and join me as soon as we go live over there. Let me see if you guys have anything else to say before we go. Please hit the like. Oops. Okay. Yes, slide the bar back, Jay Breezy. Girl, you think Whitehead should have got more years? Are they finished? They didn't finish the Fed case yet, did they? Yeah, listening and giggling. I think that this predatory lending could apply with someone who's more in a vulnerable state, but sis is not giving vulnerable. No, it sounds right. I think. Okay, Susie Orman, yes, SUSIEORMAN, and you can go to just like her old school videos. I mean, she's a guru. She really is. I mean, just has a very common sense, practical approach to money and paying down debt, saving money, all of those things. It doesn't have to be complicated. If somebody is doing some complicated financial management of their portfolio and that makes no sense to you, then don't do what they're doing. Hello? Keep it simple. Keep it easy. Keep it something that you can manage, you can do. If somebody is doing something that you like, or you see someone who's doing quite well and they're able to even share one thing with you, because everybody doesn't want to talk how they do their money, right? That's okay. That doesn't mean, oh, black people don't do this and we don't do that as women. We should. Blah, blah. Everybody doesn't want to talk their business. Everybody doesn't want to tell everything. But if you are able to even just see something, someone is sharing something with you, they have a particular habit. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to not reinvent the wheel. If you see something that is working for someone, it's at least worth a try because it might work for you. Okay? But yeah, I highly recommend Susie Orman. There's probably more current people out here who are interesting in all of the things, but I highly recommend Susie. I think she's great, and I follow a lot of her principles. You know, even through today. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. My baby is walking to the car. I'm gonna go get her day 2 outfit picture. We're putting together a little. We're keeping like a little bit of a mom camp diary. So let me go ahead and get this picture before she doesn't let me take her picture later. Anyway, okay. All right. Bye, guys. Take care. See you later.